one of the 72 unique skills of Shaolin. This is a type of light-bodied martial art, characterized by internal strength development through soft techniques. It allows one to advance on water and other surfaces using flexible objects. First stage. Initially, it is similar to flying techniques and light-bodied martial arts. This involves practicing swift running on flat ground while wearing lead sandbags. The lead sandbags tied to the legs must also be soaked in pig's blood according to the previous method to turn it into dead lead before use. Start with 4 ounces of lead per leg, increasing up to 5 Jin. It is advisable to wash the legs with medicinal water to prevent damage. Prepare a pair of sandbags weighing 5 Jin and bind them to both legs. Practice every morning, increasing the weight by 1 Jin every 21 days until it reaches 20 Jin. After a year, one may continue running on mountain paths. When first practicing this skill, physical exertion should not be too great. Start running slowly and gradually increase speed. The distance and time vary from person to person, with a standard of 5 kilometers per day. As skill improves, gradually increase the distance by 1 kilometer every 10 days until reaching 30 kilometers, figures 1 to 6. At this stage, with a certain level of skill acquired, one can practice light-bodied running without sandbags. This speed will be unmatched compared to before. Follow the practice steps and train diligently every morning for 1 hour, but avoid overexertion and continue step by step. Initially, run 10 kilometers per day, which can be extended to 5 kilometers after 3 weeks. After half a year, there will be small achievements in leg strength, figures 7 to 9. Second stage. At this stage, one can choose to practice in place jumping on stone steps or sandpits every morning for 2 hours, divided into 6 sets, gradually increasing the number. Practice in a place where a sandpit is dug on flat ground or on steps, with a height of 50 centimeters. As skill improves, the depth can increase to 70 centimeters and finally to 1 meter. Those with deep skill can continue to deepen the practice. Consistency and gradual progress are key, figures 10 to 12. Third stage. After 2 years, switch to leaping practice. Select a sturdy tree and use the trunk to practice flying along walls and roofs with light-bodied techniques. Train for 2 hours every morning. Initially, one can take 1 to 2 steps on the trunk. After half a year of diligent practice, one can reach 3 to 4 steps, and after a year, 5 to 6 steps. Those with deep skill can take over a dozen steps. With the skill mastered, walking on trees will be as easy as walking on flat ground. This skill takes 3 to 5 years to master, figures 13 to 17. This skill is the same as flying up trees and is also for vaulting over walls. The training steps are the same. This skill requires 3 to 5 years of diligent practice to succeed, figures 18 to 22. Fourth stage. This stage is challenging and can only be practiced after mastering the third stage. Use ordinary ropes to bind wooden boards, figures 23 to 31, on both sides of a river. Based on previous training, swiftly leap from one board to another. Initially, the distance between boards should be 1 meter. As skill improves, increase the distance to 2 meters. After 3 months, increase to 3 meters, and continue to increase as skill grows, up to 5 meters, and so on, until reaching 10 meters. This extraordinary skill requires 8 years of practice to achieve. Fifth stage. At this stage, one can leap and run on water. When encountering a river tens of meters wide, one can leap and step on the water to cross. This is truly a remarkable skill of running on water, figures 32 to 42. Reaching this stage is not easy. Mastering this skill requires more than a decade of diligent practice and a calm, focused mindset. After each practice session, wash the legs with medicinal water made by boiling equal amounts of ground Cortex of Fraxinus and salt and using the hot decoction. This will promote blood circulation, soothe the skin, and enhance overall physical well-being. Upon mastering the skill, one's body will be as light as a swallow, capable of jumping over high walls and climbing steep slopes, figures 43 to 47.